Welcome back. I'm Captain Xavier, and there's currently a train rumbling by. And this is the mini Captain Xavier that was made and sent to me by the daughter of a fan, and I think it is fantastic. I still need to find pink combat pants so that I can actually make this loadout, print out some pink mag holders. It'll be fantastic. But I have decided, going forward, to hide the mini Captain Xavier in many of my videos. Probably won't remember to do it in all of them, but I will try. And the first person to spot and comment the timestamp of where the mini Captain Xavier is shall have their comment pinned, because apparently that's a thing people are into. So, look for the tiny Captain Xavier. Now, for the Q&A and the fan mail and the packages. The next big event I'll be going to is Ragnar Oktoberfest. It will be the weekend, next weekend, not this weekend, a week from now. And should be a lot of fun. I believe I'm playing an NPC, but I don't know the exact nature of said NPC. I should probably reach out and find out so that I know what to pack. But there is going to be kind of I think it's Blaster Con or Foam Con, something Foam Con-ish, with all the big names and merchants in Nerf all in a room together, so you can come around and see our stuff. There will be a table for myself. There's also going to be the table next to me will be for the auxiliary, so you can show up. I will hopefully actually remember to print patches this time. I should order them parts for that. Oh boy. The time has been flying by. It's been ridiculous. The MakerSpace, I made great progress this week. Got everything from the shipping containers sorted, and so I was able to start working on the last section of the actual space. I have 4 more sheets of pegboard that need to get cut, painted, and put into place, and then the walls will be done. I started putting up a bunch of the collection. The curator and I have been working on the stuff from the 90s for Forgotten Nerf. Everything after that, from 2000 to 2007, I went ahead and put up on the walls for now. And I may put some of the stuff that he and I will be covering up on the walls until we get around to actually covering it, just because I want to see how it looks. And seeing how cool the 2000 to 2007 looks, it's gonna be so cool. And I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, let's answer some questions. Austin Black. Guten Tag, Captain. A question for the next Q&A. When you build the forts, would you consider building a space to attach a turret-like blaster such as a modded Prometheus with the barrels like Frigga's, and a mount similar to that of a mounted machine gun used by today's military? And if so, which blasters would you build it out of? Absolutely, yes. I definitely plan to have gun emplacement locations. The walls will be designed for that, and they will be designed probably around things like a deplorable, or the Rhino Fire modified, or, Prometheuses, or, probably, rather than a Prometheus, it'd be more likely to use a Nemesis, because it would make a better pivoted gun, because you actually have a pistol grip, as opposed to the over-carry handle thing would make for a very awkward setup, I think. Or proton packs. I could do, turret proton packs someday. Yeah. Flameskate. I am building a full auto regulator bolter. Any suggestions? Not really. The regulator with the magazine being so far forward doesn't really fit the bolter's aesthetic as well as, say, a Strife would. But the symmetrical nature of it does make it a lot easier to do some cosmetic stuff. So, if you're planning to go full auto, you're just taking out the selector switch entirely and just making it into a hyperfire. Honestly, you probably have more luck using a hyperfire, cosmetically speaking, but battery housing is kind of the issue. The battery housing in the regulator is quite nice. So, Clay Jones, do you like black? Do you just like black tactical gear? No, actually, I have a full loadout of non-black tactical gear that I used for all sorts of different roles when I need to play something that isn't, all fancy and black looking. I have some Alice gear and an old bulletproof vest, old Kevlar vest, and I used tan pants usually. I also somewhere have a full set of the National Guard's Woodland camo that we used when we played the National Guard for a role. So, no, I do have other colors. Royal Skull Gaming. Do you like Ghost in the Shell? I do. Yes, I've seen the show. I haven't seen the live action movie, but I watched the original movie and the TV show, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was intentional. I'm sure it was, the amount of thought they put into it. The dual nature of the term. So you have the ghost in the shell being, the spirit of a person who's been put into an artificial body, but a shell is also an operating system. Back from like DOS shell and the pre-Windows environments, the operating system was referred to as the shell. And so you end up with kind of the Isaac Asimov iRobot, ghosts in the code, ghosts in the machine. So having a person's spirit in the operating system that is running the android body, and being a computer nerd, I always thought that was pretty cool. Aiden Rebsanen. Was that large finger printed on one printer? No, the large foam finger is foam. It's not 3D printed. The one that was here, I took it with me to the Nerfing for Autism event. I hope I came home with it. I'd be very upset if I lost that. But yeah, no, it's foam. It's for like sporting events, the "we're number one" hand kind of thing. Patrick Turtle. Nerf on roller skates. Thoughts? I think it would be a lot of fun. Never was any good at roller skates, but I think it could be a lot of fun. The risk, I don't know how big of a tripping risk it would be if the darts would be likely to actually stop the wheels and cause you to... but it would definitely could be interesting. Rival would be probably less of an issue. Or possibly more of an issue. I have no idea. Linus Armand. Who is your favorite superhero? Pretty sure I've answered this one before. I'm going to go with Batman still because he's intelligent. There's actually a couple of comics where they make a point of bringing up the fact that Superman, despite all of his powers, kind of dumb. And when he needs thinking done, he goes to Batman. Inventor Zahran 327. Will your modified Sentinel ever appear on the blaster wall? Probably. I am planning to rotate out what I have behind me every couple of months or so, maybe more often than that. I don't know. I've got a lot of modified blasters, and they're going to be on display all over the makerspace on the various bits of pegboard wall that aren't being used for the collection because there's going to be a lot of extra pegboard. And so, yeah, I will probably rotate stuff through just to keep it interesting. And because I like when people go, "What on earth is that?" I'm like, well, go watch the video. Everything on the wall has a video on it, except for Friga, for reasons. Yeah. Take that! Oh, not even close. That was just pathetic. Paleo Planet. Just a quick question. With commissions, do you just do paint jobs, or do you upgrade the internals as well? I actually... will only do a commission if it involves upgrading the internals. I don't like just doing paint jobs. I've discovered I'm not good at them, and they take way too long, especially in the climate that I'm in. So I prefer to just do internal modifications as opposed to paint jobs. So, yeah. The Tribunal of the Imagination. Who among the Skeksis is your favorite? I like how conniving and intelligent the Chamberlain is, but I also really like the scientist at this point. Partly because he's the scientist, and because he's kind of sick of the rest of the Skeksis stuff. They took his eye and he just made himself a better one. But I also love that he is now voiced by Mark Hamill, so that makes me happy. Nephim47. Do you have a favorite knife of any particular? I am a big fan of the Kukuri, and I do have a really neat one that was sent to me by Jomo. I haven't heard from him in forever. I hope he's okay. Danny Star 123. Have you ever heard of the Chris Longknife book series? Nope. Ryan Berry. How far are you from a train station? I think I'm about 30 miles, 30 minute drive north or south will get me to a train station, I think. Dale Linton, have you ever watched iZombie? No. Mark Musselman, do you own an ohm meter multimeter? I do. The reason that in the diagnostics and repair I didn't go over that was because most people don't have one and have no idea how to use one. So I taught techniques that didn't involve them. So yeah, when I do some diagnostics, I will actually use it. And eventually I do plan to do a video on how to do it if you should have one, but I haven't gotten around to that one yet. And finally, 3XNC. Can a kill switch be wired into a Nerf blaster such as a Vulcan in a way that the blaster only fires once per trigger pull? Well, to give my general snarky response, we have space shuttles and robots that can do backflips and cars that can drive themselves. The idea of making a semi-automatic Nerf blaster kind of doesn't really stretch the limit of human technology. But making an electronic one that is single shot is a little bit more difficult if you're wanting, not to use a circuit board, because obviously the regulator has that built into it. So it is definitely possible, but for something like the Vulcan, the issue with the Vulcan is the Vulcan doesn't have the lever that is in the Stampede that guarantees that once you've pulled the trigger and it started a firing cycle, that it will complete it even if you let go. The Vulcan doesn't have that. If you let go before it's completed its fire cycle, it might not. Same thing with the Swarm Fire and the Speed Swarm. They don't have that. You can pull it and it'll start to go, and if you let go, it'll wind itself back down. Or it'll complete one last shot after you've already let go, kind of thing, if you overvolt it. To do it to a Vulcan, you would really need to add that switch or that mechanism, something that keeps the trigger pressed until you've completed one full circle. If you want to make it so that you can pull the trigger and not let go of the trigger and have it have completed one cycle, that, while possible, is again mechanically more complicated. If you look at the trigger setup that's in the Nintendo Zapper blaster, because I spotted this when I opened one up to shove a air blaster in it, it uses an Omron switch, a full-sized Omron switch to power it, but then the trigger was set up so that you pull the trigger and it would engage the switch and then disengage the switch, and then would be able to return, and then when you pulled it, it would engage the switch and then disengage the switch, and then when it returned. And so that's why they have that click, click, click. You would have to have something like that and cycle return, because that little click isn't going to be enough to make a Vulcan fully cycle. It would make a Stampede fully cycle, but it wouldn't make a Vulcan. You would need to add the mechanism so that it completes one full circuit and then goes back to rest, which wouldn't be all that difficult, but you'd have to figure out how to mount the switch in there so that it did both, which would be a little bit more complicated. Train! Overshot. Nothing but failure. Alright, I have 4 package. One of them might be something I ordered, but it says fragile on it, so it could be something cool. This one also says fragile, and these are just stuff. To the loot! Alright, well, the train is still rumbling by, but we're going to go ahead and start opening package. We will start with this little one, because I'm curious what it is. Again, this one was sent to my home address, so it's entirely possible that it's actually something I ordered on, like, the internet. But I'm curious. It's paper! Just what I always wanted. Oh! Right. Yeah. Okay. Those are smaller than I expected, but they look like they will do. They are, mounts for holding blasters for taking pictures and showing off. And they are, I think they'll do nicely. I need to get some bigger ones, but I wanted to get a bunch of different sizes for various different size blasters and whatnot. And those are quite lovely. I shall put them here under the table so I know where they are. And then forget that they exist. Alright, let's do it in size order. So we'll go with this one from boomstick. There's a note. Good lord. Dear Captain of the Maryland Nerf Herders, my name is Simeon Neil Boomstick Mods, and I have greatly appreciated your content. Some days your videos are the best part of my day, especially lately due to certain circumstances. I'm sorry to hear that. With all this stress of being an adult in this world, your videos have given me some joy, a sense of levity, which is much needed in the day-to-day. I am the founder of the Maryland Nerf Herders. We are a 12 and up group with a 200 FPS limit that has been around for almost 3 years. We're trying to grow our numbers by getting our name out there with swag. We wanted to share our swag with the man who has inspired so many of us. There's also some extra swag for whomever you deem worthy. I also have a request for you, Captain. I've included a bionicle version of Wallcom that I have taken too long to ship out. If you could help the smaller version of Wallcom find his way to the real Wallcom, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I hope to fling foam with you again someday. Your name. Lovely. That is super cool. I have a bionicle version of me. Good lord. All of the dead worker darts in all of the land. Well, we have a sweet revenge. Never have too many of those. We have... We have a hat! We have... that is cool. It's a crab hat. We have... We have foam everywhere. We have the bionicle Wallcom. That is really cool. I will see to it that this gets to him. I may be in his neck of the woods tomorrow, actually. So, oh, you lost a weapon. No, no. Ooh, lovely. Now I have 2 of these, which is good because I'm getting more and more blasters that take them. I need to buy a bunch. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Lego crabs. I don't know that I had any Lego crabs. And patches. Patches. Definitely going to keep one of those from myself and dole out the rest. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is the harder one to find. Now I have 2. Excellent. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? There's a shirt. All of the dead foam in all the land. There is... Nope. A Maryland Nerf Herders shirt. And it's in my size. That is awesome. Oh, look at that. I love your guys' logo. The pauldron of the Maryland flag and the... Yep. That is just a really cool logo. Maryland Nerf Herders. So cool. Check them out. Facebook.com/Maryland Nerf Herders. If you're in that area, definitely look them up. That, sir, is some awesome swag. I don't know what I will do with all of these dead darts. I know someone who rebuilds darts. So, maybe. Oh, look. A half one. Very cool. Very cool. I will get Wallcom his bionicle. I will get these patches to people who deserve it. And I will wear this hat. Not today. It shall be for another day, for another video. That is a cool hat. Alright. Lego crabs. Super cool. Super cool. Ah! Foam everywhere. That is some classy, classy loot. Alright. Let's take a look at this one. From Walter Green. There's a note. Captain, enclosed is sought after compact device for foam flinging fun. My attempts to find local root beer were in vain, but shall continue. However, included are a couple bottles of local fizzy goodness. They are best served chilled, but not super cold. Picture cellar temp. Well, That's about the temperature it is around here, so it might be just the right temp. Let's see what we've got. Well, we've got paper. We've got Ale 8, the original one, a late one. I see, a late one. A late, oh. That is, ooh, it's a ginger ale. There's another one. And, aha! The Meteor! I still have not been able to find one of these locally. They've been showing up in Ross's, but I haven't seen one. And now, I have one. I have plans. Obviously, we all want to know if it can take a K26, and that will be one of the things. But I also plan to do these style of pistols for the next episode of Slightly Unfair Reviews. So I've got this one, the Adventure Force one. I've got a blue Chronos. Compare all of those to my tricked out Chronos. So might try to get that this month, or I might save it till next month. We will see. I don't know how often I want to do those, because I don't know how many of those I'm going to be able to do. Though I've got a couple of ideas. So at least got ideas for at least 4 more episodes, or 2 more episodes. Anyway, awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you for the a late one. I will have to have one with my dinner, which is late, and I am hungry. But we've got one more package, the big one, the heavy one, the fragile one. Good Lord. Is there a note? There's a note from the Texas Root Beer Fairy. Oh! This is going to be a good one. I'm glad I saved it for last. And his amazing daughter. No root beer this time. What? I feel... Oh. Oh, good. All of the note and all of the land. Captain Xavier. My daughter and I are big fans of the channel. We... Train! No? They're not at the moment. Wait. Maybe. Anyway. Especially like Friday fan mail. The silly hats equal silly Q&A, and watching you open all of the swag. We wanted to send you our own Friday fan mail package, so we pieced this one together. Apologies. Train! There's not a train. I've been... Oh. I think he's just scratching out... I love it. He's scratching out his misspellings and putting in train. For its later arrival, it was supposed to be a birthday gift, but life. My birthday's in February. Anyhow, we shall call it a housewarming gift. That's an excellent plan. Enclosed, you will find the following items. Lego minifigs, Twix, mug, Texas flag, Weller accessories, Teflon coating strand copper wire. Last but not least, enclosing photos of us together at Gen B4. Bangarang! Jean, Mad Dog, Hicks, Stella, Ice Bear Hicks. That is an awesome nickname, Ice Bear. Okay, I didn't read all of the details because I want to be surprised. Oh, very nice. We have minifigs, a wizard, a knight with a hatchet, and a pirate. All things I love. Sweet. Darts. Darts used. Oh, mangled darts. Oh. What? Oh, this must be the flag. The Texas. Oh, look. Oh, those are great. It's a magnet. I think. I need something metal. Not enough. I think it's a fridge magnet. That is fantastic. It's a great picture of me, too. Ice dog. Ice bear? Ice bear. Dig it. Texas flag. Very cool. I definitely did not have one of those. Alright, what do we have? No. Throw it. Twix! I'm having a Twix. Because I still haven't had dinner and I'm hungry. I just went to the dentist today, and I'm going to ruin all of their progress. Meow. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I might just have to look up where that came from, because that is really nice. Very, very nice. Love to get enough of that to outfit all of the MakerSpace tables. More darts. All right, what do we have here? We have, I think it's is it actually a soldering station? Good Lord, it is! This is, in fact, the same station that I use, and it is the station that I want to have. I think it's the same one I have. Maybe not exactly the same one. Sure looks like it. Maybe. Yeah. Or similar enough, this might be a slightly older model. I don't know. But yeah, I plan to have that station for all of them, and I currently now have 3 now, so I just need to get a few more. Awesome. 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 Very cool. Excellent. So the Weller WC, where is the box for the other one? Yep, that's the exact same one that I got. So yeah, if anyone's looking to get, if you would like to send a soldering station, this is the one, the Weller WC100. There will be one at every MakerSpace station, and it will be fantastic. We've got 2 of 6. All right then. A couple of people actually did reach out to me about sponsoring tables, but I'm not to that point yet. I need to actually build the last tables, and then we can discuss that, so stay tuned. Those of you who reached out to me, if you don't hear from me in a bit, remind me. All right, let's see what we have here. Give it to me. Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that actually a straw? It is. Oh, that is so cool. The handle is a straw that goes from the base, which means if you put a root beer float in this, you could get the root beer out from under the ice cream. And it is a very fitting root. That's a good size. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. This is my new official root beer mug. And it's even left-handed. Look. It's on the right side for a lefty. I wonder if he mentioned that in the notes. He mentioned the mug. We were saddened in an episode of Friday Fanmail where a fan sent you a beautiful mug from which to enjoy your cold, frosty root beer, but it did not survive the journey. May this one, uniquely crafted to be hoisted aloft many times to celebrate victory. Yes! It's a left-handed mug! That is so cool. And what was this? Twix! Hidden in the mug was Twix. A sarcophagus of Twix. I shall keep it always, for religious reasons. Alright, I think we're getting down to it. I think we've got one left. I don't remember what it was. I read it all, but then forgot. It's Twix! With crunchy biscuit pieces. What is it? Twix? Is it like Twix spread? That would be cool. That would be too cool. That would be cooler than should be allowed. You have introduced me to a form of Twix I did not know existed. Which is amazing. It doesn't say. Spreadable, what's it for? Chocolate, caramel with, flavored spread. Yeah. Sweet. I'll have to find something suitable to spread it upon. Graham crackers, maybe. You should have to find some graham crackers. I have no graham crackers. I'm unprepared. All right. This, sir. That is so cool. All right, then. I've run out of things to open, and I'm all fucking... Okay, now I'm actually going to read the rest of the note and see what they had to say about this stuff. So, Lego minifigs. My daughter and I share your love of Lego, and we have loved building minifigs at our local store. That is really very fun. These minifigs are how we imagine you as a pirate, a medieval warrior, and a wizard. Well, you're not wrong. They made little me's. That is so cool. I would definitely wear a robe like that because it looks comfortable. Twix, commemorative tin, refills, and a jar of spread. My daughter also shares your love of Twix and wanted to send you some. Apologies if there are originally 2 bags of refills, but she could not resist the temptation. I like her already. Yes, of course, one should not give away all of one's Twix. I'm having another Twix. Nyam. Texas flag. We Texans are a proud folk, and we thought it would be neat for you to have a flag for every state and nation where you have led the crew auxiliary in glorious from combat. I like that. You need to get a Georgia flag. And a Minnesota flag. And a California flag. An Idaho flag. Washington flag. And a North Carolina flag. And a Maryland flag and a Pennsylvania flag. Good Lord. I traveled a lot this year. While with accessories, we recently upgraded to a digital unit, but noticed in the video that you use this model for one of suspiciously close to it. I thought you would like to have ours for one of the MakerSpace workstations. And we have established that that is exactly correct. 12 AWG Teflon-coated stranded copper wire. I brought this early on in my hobby involvement on the recommendation of one of Turok's blog posts, not realizing that the wire strippers for this stuff are quite expensive. Keep for the MakerSpace if you need it, or give it to Luke so he can pass it on to Turok, assuming Luke does not want it either. Well, I definitely want it. Hopefully the strippers I have will work for it. We shall find out. Last but not least, we've enclosed a photo of you and I together, Gen B. It was an honor to meet you, to share the field of battle, and to serve under your command. I look forward to seeing you at Ragnar Oktoberfest, but she must sadly stay home for school. Bangarang! All right. I'm all for clumped. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. Yes, Ragnar Oktoberfest is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I'll be running an NPC, but there will be crew who will be there. Sergeant Lance will be running whatever contingent he ends up running with. There are also Bray is going, Ryan is going, and I believe Jose are going. They are all in the crew now. So there will be plenty of crew, and there will, of course, be loads of auxiliary, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, see you all there. Thank you so much for everything. I'll need to figure out where I'm going to put flags. Oh, I can just hang them from the roof, from the ceiling. Yeah. Oh, that'll be so cool. Yes, flags hanging from all that. Yes, I like this plan. I'm going to implement this plan. Thank you so much for everything. I'm going to go see what all I can put Twix spread on in my place, if I have anything suitable. Thank you for watching.